Hey, if those guys can bang out 2 wins, boom. I think Panama gets 1 win, but I tell you what, nothing is hatched already. It's a game at a time, but it speculates itself, and there's a lot to talk about. On the games themselves, Honduras, Panama. This is last ditch for Honduras. I think they got to get something. I think a 1-1 is on the cards. Wouldn't be surprised if Panama win 1-0. El Salvador taking on Jamaica. El Salvador's got to get something. Jamaica is fighting, fighting, fighting. This is like the battle of the basement. You got to think El Salvador might snatch something, but Jamaica are desperate. And winning the last game might have given them a little bit of an impetus to go again. So you're looking for Jamaica to do some damage, but boy, if El Salvador do it, I think it just cripples both. Looks like a draw. And then US-Mexico, USA should win it. They've had the upper hand on Mexico for the last little while. And you got to think that might continue. But should Mexico win, El Tri, well, mi amigos, mi amigas, if El Tri win, then you're going to start separating from the group like you normally do, and you'll be numero uno, and you'll be going to Qatar faster than anybody else. That's what I expect. But I do say this, though. Some of your players are not as good as you think they are. And, yeah, I mean, Jimenez is coming back. But, boy, oh boy, oh boy, I think some of your players need to start pulling their fingers out and really working for a living to start getting those results to look a little better. Because they're not really convincing, Mexico. And they've got a very cold game coming up in Edmonton against Canada pretty soon. Anywho, just saying what it is. But on the day, USA-Mexico, I think USA's got that one. And talking about the fourth game, and just to back up, Honduras, Panama, 1-1. I think Panama takes it 1-0. El Salvador to take Jamaica, but maybe Jamaica can snatch a win. And USA to take Mexico. But Mexico's got to stop the USA winning sometime. No better time than now, and to start stretching out as numero uno, which would be a favour for Canada to keep the USA closer to Canada for them to fight for second spot. Now, Canada's game. Costa Rica, November 12th. Massive crowd. The crowd's got to be just off their heads. They've got to be volatile, angry, loud, supportive. When Canada's got the ball and they're attacking, you've got to be off your heads, Edmonton. Canadians, just be going bazonkers. Make as much noise as you can and scare the living crap out of the ref and the Costa Rican players. That's your role. You're the 12th man. You've got to be angry, loud, nuts, crazy, and basically give the team that extra zest that they're looking for. Costa Rica won't feel good if 50,000 plus Canadians are going nuts. I'm telling you, you need to go nuts for 90 minutes plus and have the time of your lives. Support this team on. If you do, you go nuts. I'm pretty sure we get a win. And it'll be a phenomenal night. And you need to be as loud as possible, Edmonton. Just go bazonkers loud. Go as loud as you can and make it happen. You got another game coming a few days later. But this is the one that counts. The first game makes it happen. Costa Rica's where we start. That's what we need. 3 points right off the bat. And that's what you need to make happen. So it's down to you in Commonwealth Stadium. It's our modern day Coliseum. Yeah. Canada's Coliseum. And you Canadians in Edmonton, you're going to make it happen. So there you go. So there's the games coming through. Canada against Costa Rica is about patience. Wait the move. Dictate the play from the midfield. Steven Eustáquio especially in Canada. We all know about Steven Eustáquio. Costa Rica is going to find out about Steven Eustáquio. And hopefully Anthony Kay as well. Mark Anthony Kay. Hopefully he has some play on the go. Love the guy. Mark Anthony Kay, got to be in there. Looking up front, it's obvious. The offense, put Alfonso on the left, please. Please. Put Tejon on the left and let him cut in, shoot on goal, bang, goals. Or slide the little ball through, someone runs on, slides it in the goal. There's the other one. And thirdly, they go to the line, cut it in, and a little header. There's 3 goals we're going to get Told you now, watch it happen. So, I think a good game's coming. Costa Rica, can't write them off. They're dangerous. But I think on the night, Canada's good for 2 goals at least. If it goes well, it could be 3. I don't see a bad day because I think Johnny Herdman and the squad are so focused on the mission. It's game by game. I keep telling you, game by game. We're game by game and we're going places with this. But I think on the night, 2-0 is what we're looking at. We've got to be ruthless in front of net. We've really got to be ruthless in front of net. And it's going to be interesting to see the crowd between Edmonton and Toronto. I'm not biased between the two. I love both. But it's going to be interesting. Remember, Toronto is a total football crowd, soccer crowd. They know all the chants. You in Edmonton, you got to start giving it the go, Canada, go. Go, Canada, go. Go, Canada, go. Go, Canada, go. All game long. Because we need to be in unison, Edmonton. The whole crowd needs to be together. They need to be as together as the team on the field. Your Go Canada Go chant can make it happen. Just that simple chant, guys, can make it happen. Remember that. But Edmonton on the night, Go Canada Go, keep it going. Now, the game itself, we're going to be operating in the counter-attack style, but we're also going to be playing in the possession game like we normally do. And you've seen this possession game all the way through qualifying. So, counter-attack, soak up the pressure, get the ball, move out, quick forays down the wing. The wing play is where we're going to excel again. If you've been watching this team, we're strong on the wings, we're smart in the middle. Steven Eustáquio knows exactly when to release the ball. Marc-Anthony Kaye, exactly the same. I so hope he plays again because they both know when to release the player, both physically strong in the challenge, and both intelligent and where to be, weight of the pass, direction of the play, and the dictation of the play in precise time whereby they've stopped an attack by being in defence mode and started an offensive mode by being in a defensive mode. So they go from defence to attack instantly. That's the strength in our midfield. On the wide, we got weapons. In the middle, we got weapons. And I expect those weapons to be utilised. In the back, totally in defence, we're looking sound. But don't get arrogant. Costa Rica is a good team. They can start damaging us. But if we put in a proper performance in defence, in attack, we'll be okay. Like I say, Buchanan, Davies, they'll do their business. Solid midfield. Alistair Johnson in defence. Vittorio Mili in defence, doing fantastic. Ricky Larrea, you really can't go wrong. And I mean, I'll tell you what, there's 8 games in this phase of qualifying. Those first 4, I think you'll see with a win for Canada, what happens in the US and the Mexico game is really instrumental right now because we're right behind them. If they draw, it's okay if we win. If one of them loses, maybe America, it's great if we win. Okay? So, as for the game, great sales in Edmonton. I've been in Edmonton many times. I've talked the game in Edmonton. I've announced the game in Edmonton. If you go online and you've listened to a game in Edmonton and a World Cup qualifier, in the background, whenever there's a goal scored, you'll hear these lungs through the speakers. Now, with that said, we're going to do something totally different. Because every time I go to a World Cup qualifier, I get one of these files. Yeah. And like I say, some interesting stuff. You'll like this, but it's totally interesting. It's totally different. And here we go. But as for Canada against Costa Rica, guys, I'm loving this. I'm loving the subscribers. I'm loving the comments. And make sure you drop comments below. I want to know what you think the score's going to be against Costa Rica and how worried you are. 2 questions. The score against Costa Rica, how worried you are. And please, 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 pass this to as many Canadian soccer fans as you know. And I've been doing this for 2 decades plus. But pass this on and we bring more. The next one after this is a post-game Costa Rica. And you know, you who listen, watch the show more often. If I'm on the other angle and I'm standing up, I got something good to say. I want to be standing up the next one. And I want something good to say. So there we go. Now, this little file, just to end it off, It's World Cup memorabilia. It's totally to do with Canada. It's actually Canadian history. Now, I'm going to show you a quick ticket. There's a quick ticket. Yeah, that's a World Cup ticket. That's a real World Cup qualifying ticket. Okay. There's his friend. For that game, I was also needing a parking pass. So Canada Soccer gave me a parking pass too, because they're lovely people. And the game we did was against Honduras. And you know what I think about Honduras? I love them. But I took their little logo off the bench because I wanted to. And nobody said a word, so I took it. And that was a lot of fun. People looked, but they didn't say nothing. And another good thing is this. When you get to announce soccer games, you get one of those. And when you hear the guy talk on the speakers or on the TV, and he's talking about who's coming in, who's coming out, substitutions. Well, that's the game sheet from the game. Canada-Honduras back in the day, World Cup qualifier. How do I have it? Well, I get to some interesting places over time. But I got it, so there you go. And I'll tell you, Dwayne De Rosario, I just interviewed him a couple of weeks ago. It's on the site at theultimatesoccershow.com. I watched Dero, and I announced it at the time. I watched a dejected Dero get substituted out at the 75th minute, and I could feel his pain, and I could see his pain. And if you watch the game, Honduras and Canada, you'll see him walking out. I'm going to put a link to that game down below this video so you can see. Check out the goals when someone scores. That's my voice announcing in the stadium. Check out the substitutions. That's me too. And anything in the stadium, that's me too. And I'm in behind the bench all game, behind the camera, because on the other side of the field, I went over the other side of the field to say hello to the Voyagers with my Canada scarf behind me. And all of a sudden, I was getting pelted with bottles and all sorts of stuff from the Honduras fans. So I was advised by security to go back the way I'd come and not bother going down to the Voyagers. So I never got to see the Voyagers fans, but on those pictures on this reel, on the far side, there's hardly anybody in those seats now looking in them pictures. But come the game against Costa Rica, it's going to be absolutely packed out. I mean, packed out. And like I say, I've got a lot of history in that building. I've done a lot of games. And I got to tell you, I think we're in for a treat against Costa Rica. I think the crowd's going to be something it's never been before. Because quite honestly, guys, we've got a team hitting the field in Edmonton that's never been at that level before. And no disrespect to any other team, men or women, that ever went there before. But this is the best team Edmonton has ever seen about to play 2 games in Edmonton ever in history. That's how good this team is. So please, 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 Edmonton, open up your lungs, go mad, because I know you will, but go mad. Go mad. And let's keep putting this team on the map, because they're doing it with the games. And if we can do it with our fans like they did in Toronto at BMO Field, well, if we can do it in Edmonton, in the same fever pitch with nearly 60,000 people, just think what that can do for the game here in Canada. And just think how many people around the world will go, whoa, they're crazy. And just remember, Ike Ugbo just signed up to play with Canada, and he could have been with England or Nigeria. But all of a sudden, the Canadian national soccer program is looking good all around the world. Now, people are queuing up to come and play for Canada. It's a total different game. It's a total different world. And the stakes are more than they've ever been for Canada. But there's no country, in my opinion, that deserves it more than Canada. Because I tell you, I've seen it from the grassroots, and I've seen it at the national level, and I've seen it for a long time. But no country has worked harder to get to where we are now. And I tell you, I'm looking for a lot of years of good soccer with this national program. But I tell you quite frankly, I don't want to put it out there too much. But I think a World Cup is definitely something that Canada can be part of. And come Costa Rica and Mexico in Edmonton, Albertans, Canadians, Edmontonians, whether you're from Sherwood Park, St. Albert, Stony Plain, Drayton Valley, Red Deer, Fort McMurray, Lethbridge, Calgary, it don't matter, even Camrose. Get into that stadium, support that team, go nuts. I tell you what, you Albertans, you are nuts, but you're going to go fantastic nuts, and this is going to be 2 mega nights of soccer, and at the end of it, I tell you, I really think we are going to have something special to celebrate. But for now, we're getting ready for the game. I'm still pumped. I've been pumped since the last games, and I'm going to be pumped for another week because Friday's coming, and the game's coming quick. And I got a feeling that we're going to have a massive noise in a massive stadium on a wonderful night. It's going to be chilly. But the boys in red are going to warm it up with a fantastic game. And I see goals. I see a really big crowd. I see a really noisy crowd. I see an absolute Canadian crowd. I'll talk to you in the next show, and that is the post-game Costa Rica and Canada from Commonwealth Stadium. But I'll tell you what, I will be standing up. That I can promise you. Now you know what's going to happen. Get to the game, watch the game, love the game. Talk to you soon. Big thanks, subscribers, and the poets who write the comments down below. Big up to you too. Thanks, guys. Go, Canada, go.
Hey, this is Alexi Lawless, and I am listening to Soccer Steve, which is where I get all of my soccer information.